Hey guys, today I'll be reviewing the LG G2. I know I haven't made a review in quite a while, and that's because of schoolwork and I had to focus a bit more on school. So because of that I haven't been able to make videos, but now that summer started I hope to bring you more videos like I used to, and I hope you enjoy. So let's get started. Again, this is the LG G2. Really top-notch phone. Right now I have a case on it. It's a nice matte case. It's made by Fosman. Really good case. It's around $4 I think on Amazon. Great price for what it is. Aside from that, as you can see over here, it's the volume rocker buttons and the power button, which are on the back, which is unusual for a device, but I actually like the change. When you hold the device in your hand, your fingers perfectly fall exactly where the power button and volume rockers are, so it's actually not that hard to get used to, and it actually feels much better once you get used to it. Up top here, there's the camera, and here is the LED flash. On the bottom over here, there are the microphone. There's a there's a headset jack. There's a USB port, and then there's a speaker. Now, though it appears that there are two speaker grills, one over here and one over here, there's actually it's just a mono speaker. Sound only comes out of one of them while there's a mic in the other. So just be aware of that. Up top over here, there's another mic if you have the AT&T variant. The T-Mobile variant doesn't have this. On the top, there is the IR blaster, as well as another mic right up here. So again, this phone has lots of mics around it for a good noise cancellation. Up top over here, there's the speakers when you're in call, front-facing camera, and the sensors are, I believe, over here or over here. But that's where the sensors for proximity and whatnot are. On the bottom, there's just the LG logo, and there's absolutely nothing else on the screen. The bezels are really small, as I will get to in a few seconds once I turn the screen on. The sides of the device are really clean since the buttons are on the back. There's no real no buttons on the sides, so it's pretty good, I'd say. Now let's go ahead and turn the screen on. In order to turn the screen on, you don't actually have to even press the power button. You can just double tap the screen, and most of the time it just wakes up instantly. As you can see, here's the lock screen, and LG has a few unique animations for the lock screen. Rather than the typical swipe to unlock or something like that, like it has the same exact thing, except they have different animations. For example, they have this animation which opens up to the screen, and I actually like these animations. I find them really fluid, especially with this Snapdragon 800. Now, speaking of that Snapdragon 800, let's talk about performance on this phone. And performance is stellar. It's really fast, as I will demonstrate for you. While swiping through home screens, animations are all fluid, really fast. There's no lag to speak of anywhere pretty much. The second you touch the screen, it responds. Let's go into the app drawer. And you know what? Let's just start playing a few games really quickly. As you can see, that loaded really fast. And oops. But okay, let's just fool around with this game really quickly. And now let's exit out of it, and as you can see, it exited really quickly. Now we'll continue playing games. We'll go open up cut the rope, and as you can see, it loaded incredibly fast yet again. Let's close that. Flappy Bird, of course. Who doesn't like Flappy Bird, no matter how annoying that game gets. Then we can also, yep, that's pretty much most of the games I have currently on this device. But as you can see, those loaded pretty fast, and that's pretty much the general case with this whole device. That Snapdragon 800 makes the device really fast in general. I open this, it opens up instantly. I can start playing stuff if I want to pretty quickly. Piano Tiles, that game, I forgot about that. Again, pretty fast. If I open up Gmail really quickly, it really fast. Something like File Explorer, pretty fast. Everything in general it just loads really fast. So performance isn't going to be a real issue on this device, and I don't see it being a problem in the future either. this SoC is really well prepared for the future, and I think it should be fine most likely. So now let's just get to a few other things. For example, let's talk about the cameras. Right now, here's the back-facing camera. It's a really nice camera, I'd say, for a cell phone. Let's bring a water bottle or something here. And it's not the fastest camera, but it takes really good pictures. Like, let me just quickly take a picture of this and view this on screen. And as you can see, that's a pretty solid picture. Lots of detail, nice and clean. And with the camera UI, you can just swipe up to delete, and that will delete the picture. And yep, I've taken quite a bit. But really top-notch camera. Front-facing camera is pretty good as well. Again, front-facing camera is nothing to talk home about because it's alright. It's just the usual front-facing cameras. I mean, it's not bad at all, but the back camera is impressive in my opinion. The display itself is 5.2 inches, and unlike some recent phones like the Galaxy S4 or the HTC One, which have capacitive buttons on the bottom, this just has on-screen buttons, so that's why even though it's a 5.2 inch screen, it won't feel that big, just because of the fact that it has on-screen buttons. But during video playback and playing games and other stuff, those capacitive buttons do disappear, so it does give you a bit more screen real estate while watching videos, which is really nice, while still keeping the device really compact. Also, the bezels, as you can see, are really small. Like, I guess since they moved the buttons to the back, they didn't need that much room on the sides for the bezels. But because of that, they're incredibly thin, and I have to say it's really amazing. The phone feels really compact and feels really nice in the hand compared to other devices. Feel just as well, but it's just amazing how they fit this size display in the same size form factor as a Galaxy S4. I've had this like next to the Galaxy S4, and it's almost the same exact size for a much bigger display. So props to LG for that. Aside from that, as I said, performance is really snappy. Just specs in general, it has 2 gigs of RAM, 32 gigabytes of storage. Since it's running the Snapdragon 800, it has LTE and Wi-Fi 802.11 and AC with dual band. So there's that. It has Bluetooth 4.0. Again, really fast. It has NFC, the usual. It has a few LG custom software tweaks, but most of them I've either disabled or turned off. But one of the features I do like is with the dialer, for example. If you want, you can make it in one-handed mode, so you can type in your number, and depending on whichever hand you're using, you can just switch sides. But it's convenient if you're only holding the phone in one hand and want to dial a number, you can easily dial the number and then call the person. And it's useful for stuff like that where you'd probably be only using one hand, because when you're calling someone, you don't put two hands. You don't use two hands to hold the phone up to your face, which is just really weird. So I mean, I found that to be a nice feature. This phone can be rooted and unlocked and stuff, so again, props to LG for that, for leaving that option open, unlike the Galaxy S4, which it's just an annoyance to unlock and stuff. But I mean, there's not really any reason to. The phone's really fast, and the OS is, for the amount of features it has, is pretty lightweight. Now here's just a few. Let's go into the settings panel. Again, this is a customized settings panel. There's the usual airplane mode, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, mobile data. It has all your usual features, except now it has tabs for sound and display. Where sound, it lets you control the duration of vibrations. If you leave the phone on vibrate, your ringtones, your notification. So really nice. Then display, it'll give you the first 3 are for wallpapers and the front touch buttons, which you can actually change around. Depending on how you like them. I like them best this way, so I left them like that, but otherwise you could switch them around to however you see fit. Unfortunately, there isn't one for multitasking. I don't know why LG didn't implement that, but because of that, you just have to hold this button, hold the home button. But I mean, I wish they just let you have that button right there. But it's not that big of a deal. I mean, you get used to it. It's a little slower, but it's doable. Now, yep, there's just that, and then of course there's the general settings where there are gestures on this phone, like the double tap to wake and that kind of stuff. For example, if I just double tap on the top, it'll turn off the display, and if I double tap again, it'll wake the device up. So pretty neat little feature. Then there's also storage, battery, apps. Ooh, speaking of battery, the battery life on this device is fantastic. One of the best devices I've ever used for battery life itself. Really good battery life on this device. It has a 3000 mAh battery in it, which is splendid. I wish more phone manufacturers decided to actually put a bigger battery rather than making their phones thinner and thinner. It just makes more sense. But right over here, as you can see, I have 46% left. And then on top of that, the device already has been on for around 24 hours, 24 hours and 25 minutes, with an expected runtime of another 20 hours. So that's pretty solid. Usually it'll probably even last more. I've been using my phone quite a bit this morning, so that may be why that expected time is a bit low. But as you can see over here, the screen on time, it's been on for 3 hours and 42 minutes. So usually on a typical day, I usually get around maybe 5.5 hours of screen on time, which is splendid for a phone, especially this size. It's really nice. And again, as I said, I wish more phone manufacturers like allowed you like I wish more phone manufacturers paid attention to the size of their batteries rather than other features. But again, really blazing fast. Let's just go play a YouTube video so you get an idea of video quality on this device. Really solid again, as I said. Let's just watch a Surface Pro. And right now, let's just test the speakers as well. The speakers are around, I think, half, so they are pretty loud, and at full volume they get pretty loud. They're not the cleanest speakers. They have they're a bit tinny at max volume, and the sound may distort sometimes at max volume depending on how loud the soundtrack is. But aside from that, really solid. So as you can see, video looks quite great on this device. Nice and colorful display. Again, really fast. I just like the speed of that. So because of that, even though the Galaxy S5 and HTC One M8 are out, if you don't need the latest and greatest and just want to save a bit of money, I just grab this device. It has all the features you need. The 801 is not much faster than this is. It's faster in graphics performance, but I've never had a game on this that actually lags or anything, so I don't think that should be much of an issue. It'd be great help if you could just hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. It means a lot, and I'll see you next time, guys, and I hope to be making more reviews, as I said before, since school's out. Peace.